Hi everyone, my name is Michael Steele. I work as a sports photographer for the agency Getty Images. I've worked there since 1999, and previous to that I left college in 1986 and went straight into photographing sport for various British national newspapers, which includes The Observer, The Independent, Guardian, freelance for quite a few years, and joined Getty Images back end of 99. So 21 years later, I've got quite a lot of pictures to show you. The first few pictures is a project I worked on for a couple of years with the British athlete Farah. I followed him in his training, his family, his general life really for 2 years. This picture you can see now is, of course, the finish of the 5,000 meters when he won in London 2012. Possibly one of the greatest days I've ever had taking pictures of sport. It was just an incredible evening when three gold medals came home for Britain, including Jessica Ennis and Greg Rutherford in the long jump, and culminating with Mo doing the business in the 5,000 meters. And it was just an unbelievable atmosphere in the stadium that night, and goosebumps everywhere, to be honest, when we were taking that picture. And you're just hoping that you get all the elements come together. He does a great celebration and you get it sharp. Everything works out perfectly that night. And I think with the Olympics especially, you've got such clean backgrounds. There's no advertising anywhere. Everything's simple and pure. This kind of led me into thinking about following Mo and hoping he would say yes. I'd kind of known him for the best part of 20 years. I was photographing the athletics, and I approached him. When would it be? 2018, I think it was, January 2018, when he was competing in Qatar at an event, and we had a commission to photograph him. He said, "Yeah, we'll do it." And from there on in, spent lots of time with him, following him and his family. This picture shows him with all of his family. His wife is on the right, the twin daughters, the little boy Hussein and his daughter Rihanna, whose birthday it was, and they went to this trampoline park. And of course, his family life is very important to him. And this is a picture with his twin brother, who's wearing the Arsenal top, and his mum came over for the summer back in 2019, I think it was. And they're just having a nice time on the sofa at their house. So it's important to get lots of family orientated picture because it's a big feature of Mo's life. This picture was on one of his early training camps I went on in Ethiopia. He'd just been on a morning run, and there was a swimming pool by the side of the hotel, and he took a quick shower to cool down after his morning run. So the elements were perfect. This is another shot of the training camp he had in St. Moritz. He'd just done a track session, so he was hot and sticky and pretty exhausted at the end of it. And this, the setting in St. Moritz was quite incredible. You couldn't go wrong as a photographer. A lot of the time, you're kind of wondering which trails he'll go on, and when you don't know the area very well, you have to sometimes just see where he goes, work out the best position. And the hardest thing is keeping up with him, of course. So you try and commandeer mountain bikes and try and get ahead of him as much as possible. This was a portrait of him when he was training in Flagstaff in Arizona in the US a couple of years ago. Most of the pictures I've got of him posing or running in Nike gear, and this is probably the only picture I've got of him in normal civilian clothes. I was trying to get the sun setting behind him, and I think he was fancying himself as a bit of a model this day, so I went along with his idea. One of the problems I saw was pictures that I could see happening in front of me when he was training, but I didn't want to interrupt the session, and would often ask him to run past a landscape I'd seen, or run a certain direction through a forest. And this picture that's on the display now of him after a track session in Flagstaff, I noticed the purple sky setting behind with the sun. It was really vibrant purple at first, and I missed probably the better picture. But I asked him to just warm down after his session in this area, so the nice effect of the neon and the lamppost, and there's a hurdle on the floor to his right, and the sky's still purple, but so you would see pictures of an awful lot and try and recreate them as best you could without them looking set up. And he's a natural for pictures as well. He's very good with the camera, and a lot of the time through the project, he wouldn't even think that the photographer is there and filming him all the time. It's just a natural process for him. And this was another one from Arizona, which was a really good trip for pictures. This is an early evening run on his own, just through the lovely trails that they have in Flagstaff. And it's perfect with a long shadow behind him and this shaft of early evening light just setting off in the beautiful blue sky. So it's again, I mean, the picture I saw for a few days, and it was waiting for the right time, the evening light to be at its best.